guys, how you all doing? So have you seen this movie? Love in Every Word. This movie is really amazing, and like usually I've never talked about any Nigerian movie. Like I will not come out here to talk about any Nigerian movie, but then this one got my attention. You know, I really give the character Odogwu Pararan, played by Uzor Arukwe, 10 over 10. If not for one thing, that the Godfearing spiritual aspect was not projected, you know. So if not, if that was added, that would have been a 10 over 10. But I felt maybe because of time and whatsoever, I didn't add that. But then I would love to really talk about the other attributes. You know, actually as a marriage counselor and a relationship coach, you know, I was drawn to those traits that character that Uzor played in Odogwu Pararan, like really got my attention, and I really love to talk about all the traits. So it's not just about the fact that he was wealthy, like very rich. I believe any man can be called Odogwu as long as with the little he has, he can spend on this woman, spend on his family, make sure they're okay. He's not stingy, he's generous to his wife. He's an Odogwu as far as I am concerned, because if he could spend with the little he has, he can be able to spend when he has enough. So do not think that it's just because he is wealthy, because literally I can say this for myself, that my husband is an Odogwu. And I was just shouting when I was watching this movie. It gave me reasons to appreciate my husband more. Alright, so let's go into the qualities, you know, the attributes that were really outstanding in the role or in the character Uzor Arukwe played as Odogwu Pararan in Love in Every Word. Alright, so number one, he was a gentleman. Can you see? Like in the first scene, I think from 19 minutes into the movie, where he wanted to like have a chat with her, he asked for permission. Please, can I join you? That was so gentle of him. And can you see how he moves the seat for her to sit every time? Can you see how he opens the car for her, even when he's angry with her? Like he still does all that. He was really a gentleman. So number one, he was a gentleman. Number two, he was visionary and focused. Like he had, you know, the plan of the kind of woman he wanted, and when he found one, like he went for her. So men are really confused. Even when you see the woman you love, like you see everything you want in a woman, you still find excuses. Like you're not bold enough to walk to her. So he was focused, visionary, and immediately so I told her, I'm going to marry you. I will marry you, like straight up. Not that I want to date you, I want to. You know, some guys end up wasting their time in a relationship. When you know this is your wife, just go for it, marry the girl, please. Number three, he was generous, like even when she doesn't ask, like he was ready to give her, like buy things for her and all that, spoil her. But some men will actually wait till their wives or their ladies like ask before they give. So he was generous. Number four, he was caring. We could see it in his character. Number five, he was homely. Did you see that part where he cooked for her? I was shouting like, seriously, this man is just a complete package. Number five traits that I love about him is that he was homely. So he could cook. So with all his money and wealth, he could cook, my God. Number six, he had boundaries. Like he had boundaries, and then he respected his boundaries. Like even when, you know, he was alone with her, I think in 2-3 occasions he never slept with her. So he had restrictions that he has really laid off himself, and he made sure he kept it, even though he was really attracted to her. So, and that will lead me to number seven. He was a disciplined man. Can you see that part where the whole emotions was very high and things, and then she even felt like she invited him in, and he said, no, I don't want our relationship to be based on sex, because he knew what he wanted from her. It was not just date her or anything. He wanted a wife from her. He didn't want anything emotional, like to spoil it, anything physical to spoil what he wanted. It was really a discipline. How many men can be this disciplined? He was not a womanizer. Can you see the number of ladies that they said were like, you know, throwing themselves at him, and he didn't want them because he was focused, like I said earlier, and he knew what he wanted. So he was not a womanizer. If not, they would have showed us, like, because all those times when she was ghosting on him and all, he would have just gone out, you know, with any of them. But there was no lady in his life, you know. He was not a womanizer with all his wealth. Some men with all their wealth, like when they are this rich, they will definitely womanize, but he was not a womanizer. What an amazing trait. He had self-esteem, you know. He knew his self-worth. That's why he the way he speak portrays it. You know, this man is a secured man. He was not insecure. Very wonderful trait. Number 10 trait I love. He was romantic, very romantic. Could you see? all the gifts he was getting, like getting for her, buying her flowers, buying her gifts, writing her love letters. And you see, when she was reading a little love letter, I was like, hey, Odogwu can write. He was really very romantic. You could see it in the sweet names he calls her and all that. Calling her, God. Is that Onye part that was just making me? Like, I really laughed. Seriously. Call her Chaluko and all that. So it was really very romantic. He was patient with her. All those parts where she was maybe confused or really didn't want him, giving excuses and all, he was literally very patient with her, you know, and understanding. That will take me to the next number 12. He was really understanding. He didn't say, okay, because I want you to marry you, I really want that you understand what I want and go for what I want because I have money. No, he was an understanding and ready to, like, give her the space she wants till maybe she change her mind, or even if she doesn't, like, he was still okay. So he was patient, he was understanding. Number 13, he was supportive. Could this when he was giving her ideas like for her business to grow and all? In fact, like I always say that supportive spouse is one of the very most important ingredients, you know, for a marriage to work. You know, someone that will really want to see you grow in every aspect of your life, you know, financially, materially, socially, health-wise, mentally, you know, spiritually. He's supportive. So in that movie, he was supportive of her career and all. And number 14, he was super attracted to her. So men are, you know, maybe married to their wives, you know, for one reason or the other, but they're not really attracted to them. He was really attracted to her. And one thing that I loved about that attraction is that he was still disciplined, even with the attraction. He didn't just want to grab her and take everything. He was focused and knew what he wanted. So I was really attracted to her, and he kept saying it. You know, this has a way of boosting the self-esteem of the lady, okay? Then lastly, number 15, he was not temperamental, like it was not a hot-tempered man. If not, all those times when she was boasting on him, he would have been very angry and all. So I recommend this movie. Please go and watch it. Go and watch it. Love in every word. OmonoOboli, take your flowers, like you did a great job. All the cast, all the characters, everyone, you did